another one. Spot that creator. They sent me another wig. As always, I don't remember what I asked for off the site, but as always, they have the bomb custom packaging. This back here is custom. This box here is custom. Got a little sales tag here, custom. This back here is custom. If you ever buy a wig from me off my website, it might come in a bag like this, and it may not even be from this company because I have so many. And then even this bag here is custom. Oh, I got color. Chinalacewig, you see that? So it looks like we did a brown this time. Okay. So apparently this is a 20-inch T1B 30. So sorry, I don't even know what this says. I'll have a link down below, but I can't read. I can't read it. T1B 30, T1B 26. Honestly, I cannot call it. So I can tell that the lace is a nice brown color, which is going to look good against my skin, and it won't look too green or too yellow, hopefully. You flip it inside out. You don't get an amazing amount of parting space, so the finesse must begin. You have 3 combs in the front, 1 in the back, as well as adjustable straps. As always, I know I need an elastic band. A wig like this definitely needs to be slayed properly, because this is kind of one of those colors that you know, can look real wiggy if you don't look it right, especially with the curl pattern that it came with. If you kind of just leave it, you know, cut the lace and kind of leave it as is, honestly this can look very wiggy, and it's more so the color than the hair itself or the texture of the hair. This color just kind of shows up a little bit, you know, like your auntie. This is kind of like that auntie's favorite brown. That's the name. That's what the name of this color should be. Your auntie and your grandma's favorite brown. The hairline, I don't think this one is pre-plucked or pre-tweezed by any means, but I'm gonna just show you how to finesse a wig quick, simple, and easy when you want it to look super good and super natural, but you don't really have like 2 hours to slay a wig. Around the ear is where you get a little bit tricky. Even now that I've had so much practice, it still gets a little bit tricky for me, because you kind of want to leave this ear tab here so that, you know, when you're really ready to slay, you can kind of thin this out real good, bottom this down, and it'd be fire. But on an everyday basis, if you're busy like I am, you ain't really got time. You ain't really here for it. So I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Now, you guys know I always recommend that you use an elastic band, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different and use bobby pins. So you guys know I never ever use the combs provided in the front of the wig, but today I'm going to secure the wig and make sure that it doesn't slide back too much by putting those combs into my wig cap. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this, especially on a repeated, you know, constant basis, because I do believe that over time it may thin out your edges, but you know, for today I just wanted to try something different, and girl, use that elastic band. I also secured the wig with the 2 bobby pins, 1 on each side, like near the ear. And now we are going ahead and trying to make this thing look a little bit snatched in the front. Now, if you're like me, you don't really have time to spend 45 to an hour minutes, you know, plucking and tweezing just to over tweeze and mess up your wig. It's just a risk that most of us don't want to take. If we could guarantee that we would, you know, get it right, we definitely would do it. But a lot of times you make mistakes. You put holes in the wig, you know, over tweeze, over plug, or it still looks, you know, undone. So I parted out the amount of hair that I would like to face forward or face the opposite direction and be used as baby hair. And then I went ahead and used the pull method to pull out majority of that hair. After that, I went to the opposite side, the side that faces like the rest of the hair that's not baby hair. And I kind of wanted to make that not look so perfectly straight across and uniform. So I went in and kind of just played with it and kind of just tweezed it. Now you can definitely take it a step further and do this a little bit bit more intense. You can also bleach the knots, which will make this look a lot more like scalp because there won't be any knots, and it kind of tints the lace naturally a little bit when you bleach the knots. But since I opt not to do that, I'm going to just use powder at the very end. But as you can see, I'm getting it super duper thin at the baby hair. Just because when you cut this super short and you swoop it, it's going to kind of clump together and look thicker than what it does when it's like straight little pieces of hair, if that makes any sense. And I started out with just a little piece that was like in the center of my forehead, like in between my eyebrow arches. And, you know, I decided, okay, I did this part and I kind of finessed that, but I got a little extra time to go a little bit further each side. The further you go down or around your hairline, the more natural it'll look. I find that that space that's right below the arch to the sideburns is usually the place that we skip the most. And that kind of little section or area is kind of like, if you can get that to look really good and natural, like right here and below, that is what's going to make this look super flawless, because most of us give it away by stopping at the top center. So I don't think I took it all the way on this video particularly because I didn't wear the hair back, so you couldn't really see it anyways. But as you guys can see, there is a huge difference in what was provided with this wig versus now. And I think I plucked and tweezed maybe for about, 15 minutes or so. And at that point I was like, all right, this is good enough for today. And, even if you do this and you decide like, okay, this is enough, like I'm tired of doing this or I'm over it or I'm nervous, do it, style your wig and go about your day and come back tomorrow and, do a little bit more, little by little, until you get it to where you want it. Now, I went ahead and brushed the hair out. When you brush the hair out, this is how you get that hair that you tweezed out, because you're pretty much tweezing going like backwards. That tweezed hair that's kind of like fell out of the wig from you pulling it out is now like pretty much locked into the rest of the hair. So you will have to brush or comb the hair out to get that out. Now here I am showing you the parting space. A lot of the times when I know the hair doesn't have a lot of parting, I know I'm not going to do a center part, because that's going to be the most unrealistic style to do when you only have like an inch or two of parting. I also tried a side part and I just felt like it just made it look super wiggy, especially because we have this like light brown color. I feel like when you do an unnatural hair color against your skin tone, the parting makes it look even more, wiggy. When you do colored wigs, the parting has to be slayed, or don't do a parting at all, basically. So I am doing my baby hair. I'm using that Gorilla Snot Sport, which is a new fave. As you can see, don't ever do your makeup first. Always do your baby hair before your makeup, especially if you're using like a thick product like so. If you're using something super light or you know what you're doing, you might be able to get away with it. But if you got somewhere to go, if you're going to somebody's wedding, a party, a club, a birthday party, it's your birthday, do not do your baby hair with something like Gorilla Snot or Got To Be Glue gel after you've done your makeup and you're going to go and take pictures and be, the center of attention, so to speak. Now I found this little piece of filler in there. Didn't really like that too much, but that literally was the only piece and it was fine. Just make sure you, pull that out when you see stuff like that, because you don't want people sitting next to you like, what is that in her hair? Now I went ahead and separated the hair that I'm going to use as a ponytail up top. Because this doesn't have a large parting space, I kind of had to finesse it and just make sure that the back you don't see tracks, but on the side you don't see tracks, but it's still, cute and full enough. Had this given me 46 inches of parting space, I would have took the ponytail a little bit further back to look a little bit more natural, but in the end you're going to see it's going to look amazing. Now I took a piece of the ponytail and wrapped it around the base of the ponytail, and that's just going to give it more of a slick salon finish. As you see here, I didn't do a good job the first time. I kind of was being a little bit messy, so off camera I kind of pulled some of the hair out and redid the ponytail because the ponytail was a little bit clockable. Like I accidentally put a little bit of tracks in there. I'm going to use foam lotion to, slick down the rest of the base of the hair so it all looks slick. And then off camera, I went ahead and refixed that little ponytail and that little piece that goes around it. I secured it with a large bobby pin and you can see it. So if you want to make it look stylish, use a gold bobby pin or use a smaller bobby pin or use an elastic. So this is the finished product. I really like the curls in their natural state. So add a little bit of shine spray. I'll add a little bit more just to kind of help them out a little bit. I kind of feel like I can get away with wearing the curls in a natural state for maybe 1 or 2 days, depending on how I sleep. And then tomorrow, like, I'll have to like either put it in flexi rods or kind of wand curl it just to touch it up. And not even necessarily going around and wand curling each actual piece, but kind of just doing a few pieces or like a large or doing it in big sections, so that way I can really get the curls to pop even more. But I felt like it was okay enough to wear it as is, especially if you're like me and you really don't always have the time or the energy to curl. I almost feel like if you wet it, your curls would be nice too. Sorry, I have hair that's freaking me out. But yeah, I kind of feel like if you wet it, you might get something like this too. I put a lot of the serum because I kind of did want to weigh it down, but I really like it. I feel like it adds a little something that makes it like it's a messy curly look, but it's like on purpose, especially because I kind of did a uniform look with the wraparound of the hair, and you guys seen how I did that. Super simple, quick, and easy. So yeah, not gonna talk you guys to death. Check out this wig. I have it linked in the description bar for you guys all to shop. Don't forget, wig set will be coming up in a couple of days, so make sure you check my channel and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you'll be notified when that is coming up. With the wig sale, I'll also be announcing the giveaway that I'm doing on this channel. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so make sure you just subscribe, comment, let me know what videos you guys want to see from me, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.